on YouTube fam? This is your boy J Money here, and we are finally finishing up the last match of Plants, pre-ban list, pre-Master Roll 5 and all that. Man, it's hard to believe, man, that the last locals that a lot of us have probably been to was the week of Dual Overload, and that was a little bit ago. I mean, it wasn't like too long ago, but it's just insane to think about, that last time we played was under the last ban list. We weren't even in Master Roll 5 yet. Dual Overload was like brand new, like literally that weekend. So, man, it just goes to show how much time has gone by and all that. But I just ordered a lot of stuff. I ordered the whole Emancipator deck, the rest of the Rika cards, so I can finally start configuring those into the plant strategy and things like that. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I got more combo montages for you guys as well, for needle fiber and stuff like that. So we won the die roll, we go first. And this just goes to show, exactly, why cards like Glow Bulb and stuff are like really important. Just in this deck in particular, again, it's not because of needle fiber and all that stuff, but just because, the deck I'm playing is, well, plants, So if there was another self-reviving plant tuner, I wouldn't care too much about Glow Bulb's ban, but the only other self-reviving plant tuner was the Romage Angelica, and it's like really weird because you have to be leading life points, which is kind of hard now because Brilliant Fusion is banned and Instant Fusion is at 1, which is like your only viable surge target for your Predator plant. So you're always going to be at a life point deficit unless you're playing like a bunch of Aromages, which is like really bad. So there's that right there. So that's the one problem. So it's like the only plant tuner you have available at this point is Spore, which is like, again, Spore isn't bad, don't get it wrong, but you need 2 plant tuners. You really need 2 of them. And as you can see, we're essentially allowed to pop off, and it's pretty nice. So, being able to pop off is really good. And we instant fusion with Theseus. The reason why we use Theseus, one, it's a tuner for like needle fiber and stuff like that. So, that should be kind of obvious at this point. So Gigaplant hits the board, and we either open a Supervise or, another way to get to Power Tool, which we did open Supervise. So, that's pretty cool. And Gigaplant's going to use this effect. I'm almost guaranteeing that I'm going to revive Lone Fire Blossom, summon Spore, and synchro with the Gigaplant into a Powerful Dragon. I'm almost guarantee that's what's going to happen, even though it's been a while since I've seen this video, but I've played plants enough to know the correct line of play here. So, $5 says we summon Spore, and Survey says we are... Come on. It shouldn't be this hard, unless I actually open the Spore, which, that'd be kind of ridiculous if you open both Spore and Glow Bulb in your opening hand. That'd be kind of trashy, but hey, as long as you open Plant Scorpio, you good. Get into a DDR and stuff, you are A-okay. So, why am I deciding... Oh, come on, wait, did I open Spore? Like, there's no way. So I'm just linking? I'm not going into, like, Powerful Dragon or... Huh, this is interesting. Very interesting. Artifact Dagda. We must really open the stones. What is in our hand? I know Supervise is going to trigger and summon back Gigaplant. Did we open 2 Supervises? There's no way. Did we seriously open 2 Supervises? That'd be like really insane if we opened 2 Supervises. So, man. I don't know what happened. I think we just switched to a Cross Sheep. I don't understand why. I mean... I don't have any other fusions, so because I plan to make extra deck monsters on the left side, and then when I do decide to do my Dagda needle fiber shenanigans, it's going to be on the other side. Okay, it makes sense now. So we did open 2 Supervises, so that is pretty insane. So I guess we were allowed to change up our normal plays because we opened double supervised, and now there's a spore. There's a spore that we were looking for. So I'm pretty sure at this point we're gonna make Power Tool Dragon. Like, there's really no reason not to. Copy plants are pretty nice too, actually, for being able to just level modulate. Because when you level modulate and you copy things like Giga Plant, you can synchro that with any of your level 1s, like your Rose Lover or your Evil Thorns or whatever, into a Power Tool Dragon that way. And so, and also you can level modulate it to level 6 for Giga Plant and sync with the Giga Plant into an Ultimaya. Just hard make it just for, some of your Crystal Wing and things like that, get good things going. We made a Star Yuja, which is like, I don't know, we didn't make it for 4, so. And we still didn't make Power Tool Dragon. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm just like that. Am I that new to the deck? I shouldn't be. But we summon our Botanical Lion. We mill a card for a Glow Bulb, and we just so happen to hit that Steam the Cloak. Like, it's very unfortunate that we were gonna summon that with Needle Fiber, but plans kind of change. So here we go. We make our Naturia Beast. And I think from here we're going to make Dagda with the Spore and the Scoldie. And then banish Spore and link the Spore and the Giga Plant into Crystron Needle Fiber. And summon, I think, Naturia Rose Whip, since we already got rid of Steam the Cloak. Yeah, I think that's exactly what we're going to do. So, as you can see, these plant combos are pretty good, and the reason why, again, Glow Bulb is like really good in instances like this, because it is an Earth monster as well. It's a level 1 Earth tuner that is also a plant monster that self-revives. It's like the perfect tuner, for this deck in particular, because it's a plant monster. It's a plant monster, you can summon it with Jasmine, Lone Fire Blossom, like all that stuff, and it's an Earth monster for Naturia Beast. It's level 1. Brings itself back. Like, Recover would have been the perfect tuner had it have been a plant monster. Recover, I don't mind. I mean, I'm forced to use it now. So, look out for that when it comes to some Rika combos. I swapped out my Instant Fusion target from Sea Monster Theseus into Mud Dragon because it's level 4. Primula, a lot of the Rikas are waters, so you have things like Bahamut Shark Toad plays and stuff there added into the mix. So, our opponent is actually playing something pretty interesting. It's like an Invoked build, but it's like featuring like BLS and the ritual stuff. Which, like, just in general, like any ritual-based deck or any Invoked or like any fusion-based deck loses to decks like this that put up like Naturia Beast, like anything that can just shut down spells. Like, even in something like a Naturia Rose Whip, like, decks that are ritual-based and fusion-based kind of fold to cards like Rose Whip, because again, your opponent is only allowed one spell and trap activation. So he does have the Kaiju, and he Kaijus over our Nat Beast, because again, if you can't use your spell cards, like, you're not going to have a good time. So we tag out with Needle Fiber after he had successfully summoned the Kaiju, and we go into our TG Wonder Magician to target our set card. I think he's got a response. It may be Called by the Grave in his hand, I'm not sure. But here we go. We go for it, and it resolves, which means he didn't have the Called by the Grave. So we're going Artifact Scythe is Chain Link 1 to resolve to lock him out of the extra deck. Chain Link 2, Dagda is going to use its effect to attempt to set another artifact from the deck. And then Chain Link 3, we can use Wonder Magician and summon Ultimaya first. Then Dagda resolves setting another artifact, which triggers Ultimaya's effect. So that's a nice little nifty interaction there. I love interactions like that, and it's pretty nice. Getting a Crystal Wing out, alongside of having like an extra deck lock. Now keep in mind, even though he Kaju'd over on Naturia Beast, he still has to deal with Naturia Rose Whip. He may have to sacrifice his battle phase early if he is to get over it, which means, the rest of my monsters are kind of there. He kind of can't really deal with it via battle anymore. Plus, he can't go into his extra deck, so it's like it's a really big downhill, like very big uphill battle for the opponent, and it's just unfortunate. And I think he activates terraforming to search a Mystic Mine, I believe, and I kind of just let it go because, again, that Shuria Rose Whip is really good against decks that play a lot of spell cards. Like, if you're not playing any kind of like removal based spell, and you just use any fire spell, you use a draw spell, you use a terraforming, you use, like, I don't know, mind control to try and take something else, and it's just like, bro, your plays just got stymied just like that because, all your other important spells you can't even activate anymore because Rose Whip is actually a decent floodgate, and it's a level 3 tuner you can summon off Needle Fiber. See, look, there you go. He terraforms into Mystic Mine. I'm like, alright. And I right there point to Rose Whip. He's like, you can't activate any more spells until you get this off the board. So, he has to get it off the board, but his deck is like, I need to fuse, which, with Artifact Scythe and stuff, it's like, yeah. Now he's reading it, and it's just like, oh my god, that's so good. Rose Whip is good. In fact, I'm thinking about teching it in like my World Chalice deck and all that stuff. Simply because it's just a really good monster to summon and sit on. It's really good to sit on, supported with the rest of your board. So it's like, if your deck can't support a Naturi Beast, that's kind of essentially like, it acts as another miniature Naturia Beast in a way. It allows one spell card, so it's like Joel Lockwood in that instance, to where it's just like, you get one, but the rest, it's like, nope. So, there we go. He concedes defeat, so I will be right back, guys, with the next game. And we're back, guys. So, of course, our opponent is going to go first, like, guaranteed. There's no reason for him not to, seeing what just happened game 1. So, we get obliterated. No, we didn't really get obliterated. It's just the fact that certain tech cards, man. Certain tech cards. I mean, every deck will lose to like one card. There's always one card that every deck will lose to. And, of course, they're different. They're all different depending on what kind of deck you're playing. But, this is one of those decks that just lose to just anything that just stops like special summoning in general. Kind of just lose to. And I think I even did the smart thing and cited Kaijus, but, looking at this, you can't Kaiju over a deck lockdown, which is kind of what my deck loses to, because, as you can see from game 1, my whole deck does nothing but summon from the deck. Like, that's all it does. It Lone Fire, it's like 5 times. Giga Plants, Needle Fibers, they summon from deck. Jasmine summons from the deck. Cross Sheep brings back a monster from the graveyard, but what you're trying to do is bring back Lone Fire Blossom to summon other things from the deck. Things like Evil Thorn, which summon more monsters from the deck. Oh man, deck lockdown is such a powerful card. The fact that they managed to, Konami decided to reprint it in Dual Overload kind of puts people's eyes on it a little bit, because it's like, okay, you gotta think of it this way. When Konami doesn't print things, print certain cards, like reprint certain cards, people tend to not think about it very much. So, now you see a card like that out of Dual Overload, now a lot of people looking at it and be like, this card's actually good. I was like, oh, I forgot about this card. Why didn't I think about this? Can't summon from deck, can't do a lot of that stuff. And at the very least, it has its own check and balance where it lasts 2 turns, so it's not just there forever. However, the main issue is I think that is that on the board or is that in the graveyard? Oh, he's searching, so the deck lockdown's gone, which is pretty good. I set and passed and stuff, but the main issue here, and you're about to see just a moment after he goes and does his fusions and all that stuff, does damage and all that good stuff, but he plays a second deck lockdown. Somehow he opens 2 of them things, and that's what kind of sealed the deal. I can play through like the Macabre and stuff, but just 2 deck lockdowns is kind of ridiculous. You know, it's a, you know, it's very. You already have a 10. Is it a 10% chance, or is it like a 9% chance of opening 2 copies of a 3 of in your opening hand? I forget. I think it was like 9%, 9% or 3%, one of those 2. But just that's just insane odds. So, you know, but it can't be helped. I mean, that's Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, sometimes this is an RNG based game. You know, there's like numbers and ratios and stuff, and you can kind of tailor numbers to your favor. But at the same time, you know, your opponent will sometimes get those, you know, those good extremes of, you know, probability. And that's something you just gotta come to accept. You know what I mean? But, you know, aside from that, you know, he does a good job in keeping me pinned down, and that's kind of one thing you have to do. You know, when it comes to like decks like plants and stuff, just any like combo-based deck, you have to pin them down. You have to keep them pinned down. So there's a second lockdown, but if you don't keep your opponent pinned down like the entirety of the game, you know, players like me will easily exploit, you know, any kind of opening you give me. You know, if I can resolve like any cards, I can probably exploit that and kind of just, you know, take it from there and take it to the next mile and just win the game from there. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's like, I understand people like decks like Eldritch and stuff because, oh, it's back and forth, but, you know, combo is like, it's different, you know, because combo, like, when it comes to combo, like, we don't want back and forth. Like, combo is already glass cannon as is. You can thank Konami for combo decks being so glass cannon, otherwise we wouldn't mind playing back and forth. You know, we're just designed to spit out absolutely everything we got and say go. You know, can you, you know, at least chip away at my board a little bit and all that? But it's just like, all right. But if you can't, it's like, okay, good game and all that. So, yeah, Eldritch and decks like that, just like Altergeist and stuff, they just kind of want to. I mean, honestly, if you really think about it, the decks like that don't really want you to play either. They just do it in a different way. They just do it in the form of like stun cards, like skill drains, and I think Eldritch can play Soul Drain because Soul Drain only stops monster effects in the grave. I mean, the only one that really hurts in that deck is like the Golden Lord. But, you know, when you have decks like Subterror and all that playing like there can only be one, in a way, you're also trying not to allow your opponent to play, which is like, it's fine. You know, it's something you have to accept in a way, because it's like, if your opponent is allowed to play, you're probably going to lose that game. Because, as I've alluded to in a way earlier video, so many cards can do so much and cover so much ground by themselves. You know, as you clearly could see in the World Chalice combos, one card leads to FTKs in full boards. So, yeah, when people say, hey, I want back and forth, or this deck allows your opponent to play, that's not necessarily a good thing, you know, because if your opponent's able to play in any kind of way, you'll probably regret it, you know, about 5 minutes later, you know, whether it is combo or control. So, we lose that. And here we go. We're I'm talking a lot, but hey, guys. Also, let me know if you want. I'm thinking about actually taking part in my Discord a lot more, and I'm honestly interested in having, you know, a lot of you guys on my Discord, and we can just talk and just chill, have a good time, whatever. Maybe do some Discord calls. Maybe that be a nice incentive. I don't know. But, you know, just give me a reason to actually use Discord. And plus, you know, I want to grow the channel as much as I possibly can within my own power. However, you know, I'm not too arrogant to admit that I could always use help from others and all that. And I'm a caveman. with a lot of this stuff. You know, my entire history of this whole channel has been through my cell phone alone. I have a PC that I bought specifically to have better content to grow my YouTube channel, and I don't even know how to use it. It's not the fact that I don't know how to use it, but just it just seems so just complicated. You know what I mean? Like, and it just like the simple recording software is like OBS. Like, everybody defaults to it, and it's just like, bro, there's so much going on here. I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Like, I've looked up tutorials, and it just doesn't help. You know what I mean? I need some like hands-on. You know, it's like I damn near need somebody to literally sit there and like screen share with me on like the phone and literally just baby walk me through the whole process. That would essentially have to be, you know, what needs to happen for me to actually kind of understand a lot of this stuff. So it is a little unfortunate, but we brick, guys. We opened the fatal brick. You know, actually, no. We opened good. Here's the problem, though. We're not pulling any link ones. So you guys kind of were just probably sitting there, why do you summon Global and pass? Well, what I was trying to do was normal summon Global and go into Needle Fiber, but I don't play any link ones. And I'm just like, wow. The fact that I don't play link ones, but then again, this is like the one time it actually came up. You know, me needing a link one actually kind of matters in this game. So I can't really, yeah, it's not really my fault. Again, it's like it's not like this deck is Needle Fiber Turbo. You know, it's meant to do other things as well. Needle Fiber isn't like the be-all end-all. It's not used to start your plays. Now, Needle Fiber was used to start my plays. Yes, I would most certainly be playing Link once. But we kind of lose this game because we open Glowbulb and all spell cards. You know, all spell cards that don't get me to any monsters. So, yeah. Anyway, I think we're going to lose this very quickly. Just the fact that, you know, I opened all spells, meaning even if I opened a monster, Macabre just negating that one monster will just be game over. If that makes any sense. So, it's about time. We can see it at some point, alright. Just, I don't know, I don't know. Did he even ritual summon at all? Well, okay, he's doing it now. So, with this ritual based BLS thing, it essentially gives him all the effects of the effect BLS. So it's like when he did that, I'm like, okay, now it's game. You know, because he can attack twice, I'm just like, yep, that's game. So it's yep. I don't know. He should know what the cards do. At least I think he does. Cards banished, and I don't know what the other one does. So I think he is currently explaining to me that the BLS can attack twice. And I know if a BLS can attack twice with something over like 2,000, it's like game. It's no different from a Boral Sword, so, you know, it's, yeah. It's game. Like, regardless, even if he didn't kill me, it was still game because, again, my hand was all spell cards. And it was, like, really bad. And even if that weren't the case, Plants is, again, just one of those decks to where, you know, a lethal brick being Darling Cobra will literally lose you the game if you open it because, like, most, if not all of your plays, like, stem from, you know, at least getting to Scorpio, resolving Scorpio. But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the match. Thank you guys very much for watching. This is J Money, and I am signing out.